I have absolutely zero scripts. Let's get it.
That's perfect. All right, and we are live. So, hello everyone. Welcome to this next episode of my Paladins series. It's a little unplanned. It's a little unorthodox, but Hi-rez, we've been, for the most part, really nice throughout the 4 episodes that we've done. We've been really considerate. We've been relatively calm and level-headed about this, but now it's gloves off. We're just going raw. There are some big problems with Paladins.
Going raw.
And before we get into it, we have to introduce everyone. So it's me, your boy, True Reality. We got ourselves false fiction. Say hello.
My cat's retarded.
Shut up. D Black Boy's with us. Then we got 2 new guys. We got Yami. God damn it! You got the fucking echo. Whatever. We'll roll with it.
It's going in.
And then
two of our icons at the same time.
And then we got Strange Taché, also known as Jared, who I'll probably just call Strange for simplicity, because
you're literally just just giving away my name. Good job.
I'm not okay. Well, he lives right here on the map. He lives right here. Go give him
on the
candy.
Map. On the map.
Fucking game map of the world.
Okay.
Go find the children in my basement.
But okay, in reality, Hi-rez, there are some problems, and this is what this episode's about. Yami, please fix the echo.
Thanks, Yami.
Don't you have earbuds?
I'm wearing my earbuds.
Oh.
But
All right, bud.
I'm probably gonna have to cut some of this out, unless he just fixed it.
oh, your ears buds.
Did he?
I'm
Nope.
fucking muting and unmuting myself.
Oh, okay, alright. Okay, so biggest problems with Paladins right now, currently, before the new update comes out, and everything potentially changes. It's
The video comes down in 10 months.
the problem with Paladins right now is that a lot of the damage champions are either broken because of a talent or are just outright very, very strong. Tyra right now, with a base kit, totally fine, but Burn Monster completely breaks her. That is one of the bigger issues. It's damage champions being broken because of a talent, or inherently broken like the snipers are they just do not work right now, and they need a rework.
Fuck this.
But
Yeah.
like Sky is another issue where her base kit is totally fine, but then Debilitate completely breaks her. Moji, just fuck that.
Moji should not be in the game.
Vivian is just really stupid with base. Opportunity and Chaos doesn't help that. It's just...
Her ultimate's also fucked.
Yeah, her ultimate needs a change too. I think.
Why does the damage have a shield?
I don't know, but like, I think, did we talk about that? Her ultimate in the damage champion video? I can't remember.
Not that
I don't know. I wasn't there for that.
Okay, well, we might have mentioned it. I have no clue, but timer, please. That's something that should be changed. All right, I've spoken for a couple minutes. Someone take the wheel.
That I wasn't in. Fucking recorded the goddamn healer build, and you motherfucker.
I think the reason why damage champions have just gone so overpowered is because of I think it was the season 3 changes of nerfing a lot of the tanks and a lot of the healers. Because
oh my god,
yeah, they're like the only.
That was so dumb. That was
the
so
only
dumb.
archetype that hasn't really been touched very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even some of the flanks got like hard hit, like Xin, but damage were left just almost completely untouched.
And it doesn't help that the snipers don't want to be. They don't want to change the snipers because of a power fantasy,
which is stupid. It's a video game, not Saving Private Ryan.
Jesus fucking Christ, Jared.
But it's just. Like, where are my notes? I have some stuff in here that might help, since this is a Helter Skelter video style.
Helter Skelter?
Let me just open this up
with
some ASMR.
The Beatles.
Get some ASMR. It's just like...
Your voice is not pleasant, dude.
Another thing, Dredge. Another character that's really just kind of broken. Like broadside spam has to be changed somehow. Because just using it, taking
Give
it
it
from the
cooldown.
clip makes it super spammable. If that was changed to an ability instead of a clip-based thing, it might be better. Or change
I
it
think
to
Thread just needs like a full rework.
or change it to the blunderbuss thing that we had, which I think might be cool. Everyone I've talked to about it seems to like it at least, but I mean, it's just dumb. We're gonna be going over probably a lot of damage champions.
Yeah, because damage is broken. Because
damage. That's probably
do you
gonna
know
be
why?
the
Do you know
flank.
why we know it's broken?
because
Because you can have a team full of damages against a team that is balanced and doing like
yeah.
good
Okay.
teamwork, and the damages will
be
still
fair,
win.
to be fair, there is a pro team that is running no tanks. It's really mixed how they win, but they are running it, which shouldn't happen. If you don't have a tank, you should be at a huge disadvantage. But
Yep.
like, it's dumb. Strix, this motherfucker needs a rework.
Broken. Absolutely broken.
So badly.
I
But
honestly
it's
think
a power
Strix
fantasy.
in my opinion, Strix shouldn't be in the game. Kinessa should be the
No,
only
I think
sniper.
that he could work if he had like a less of a sniper and more like like a
Marksman's
just
rifle.
like a
Take
bolt
away his-
rifle,
take
bolt
away
action
his
rifle
scope.
that did less
Yeah.
damage and had a quicker fire rate.
Yeah. Like, he'd be like the in-between range-wise of a Victor and a Vivian. Not a Vivian,
Yeah, instead of a scope, it's
Kinessa.
like an iron
Somewhere
sight.
in between there. Because, like, Victor's a little more close range, he's still a bit back. But Kinessa's super far back. And Strix, if he was just given iron sights and damage reduction, he'd be a perfect in-between. Because Kinessa can't obviously work on all maps with when it's a little more close quarters. And the sightlines aren't quite as long, but if you do that and make Strix the more close-range sniper, or the marksman, I guess he'd be now, that we took away his scope, he wouldn't really be a sniper. Like, that could work, and that would put him in a proper spot and give him a reason to exist that isn't just essentially a better Kinessa. Because
Yeah,
He'd be like a
Kinessa-
more hit scan taxi.
His literal only reason for him existing is, oh, Kinessa is getting too hard fucked by flanks. Okay, here's a champion who will hard fuck the flank.
like, I'll give the excuse of champions being really similar when it's like, Victor, Tyra, Vivian. There's different flavors of, like the assault rifle character. You got Vivian, who's a little more tanky, thanks to the shield, and is a little more, way more backline, and is really stupid and needs to be changed. Hi-rez. This is,
Yes.
everybody hates.
Why?
Everyone
Why
hates
does
Vivian,
a damage
everyone hates
champion
Strix.
have
It's-
a shield?
But then
That's it.
Victor
I say
is your
this
Call
as
of
a
Duty
tank
man.
main with no love.
But then Victor's your Call of Duty man. Kind of need every game kind of needs that to ease people in, because a lot of people come from games like that. Jared, for example, if you Call of
Victor's
Duty,
I was
fine.
playing
Battlefield,
Paladins
whatever.
before I was playing Call of Duty. So
Were you? Whatever. But
yes, I
You-
was.
still need
Use
a
me
Call
as
of
an
Duty
example.
character, because it's pretty simple to play. Tyra
Yeah.
is another flavor of like AR. You got no aim down sight, but you have a little more utility with your bombs and a little more area control with your firebomb. Then you got the Mark, which is more utility for tracking and damaging key targets. But Strix is basically just an upgrade to Vivian, and not Vivian. I keep saying Vivian. Kinessa, excuse me. But
Because they look very similar.
kinda.
They,
like-
they both kind of have the fucking Karen cut.
Yeah. That is true. But like, there shouldn't just be a character that is a straight upgrade to a character. It should be each character has their own spot to play and can be played really well this way, but can be played in other situations. Strix currently is just an upgrade to Kinessa. That shouldn't be the case. Who else could we talk about? Vivian. Talked about Vivian enough. She needs a
We can
fucking
do
rework.
percentage of health stuff like
Oh,
Sky and.
I just want to
Paramount.
touch on Willow real quick, and I know I touched on this in the damage video. Dead Zone
Oh, dear
needs
God.
a nerf, just flat out. It needs a nerf. That's all I'm talking about. Devin, if you want to take away what your idea was, go ahead.
What were you about to say, boy?
Yeah, before I cut you off,
mentioning,
sorry.
percentage of health. It really doesn't fit in a game like Paladins, especially with talents where the percentage of health that is taken is so quick and so fast. mainly Burn Monster Tyra and Debilitate Sky are the main issues.
Right.
Um,
Strix has another percentage health guard. It's for his flare, I think, though, so it's not like anything
Is that percentage
huge.
of health or just? I thought that was just it's increased. The damage
No,
is increased
it
by like 250%.
no,
Not like
it's
does
I think
percentage
it
of health.
was it. It might have been. I thought it was
Yeah.
percentage health. That might have been changed though. Post editing me, I might put something up for what the new talent does, but I don't
You're
know.
too lazy.
Yeah, probably. But I thought it did percentage of health. I could be wrong, but it's percentage of health needs to be either removed or made into a much smaller amount. Because
For
Just
damage,
heavily
it
nerfed.
sucks, but for
yeah, because like
healing, it's fine.
Burn Monster Tyra, her firebomb alone is a really good point deterrent and really helps in a point fight, but it shouldn't win you the point fight outright. Because if like two tanks, even just one tank, two tank, three tanks, if Tyra throws firebomb on, it's really hard to play around that, and then you have to take time out of your game to focus down Tyra because she's using this one talent. It shouldn't shut down a whole play style. It should encourage them to maybe try and work around it, but when you have to, I'm phrasing it really weird, it shouldn't completely shut down tanks, is what I'm trying to say. It
shouldn't make tanks completely irrelevant.
Yes, thank you.
Shouldn't make it impossible to stand on point.
It's just Burn Monster Tyra needs a rework.
Take away Burn Monster.
Or yeah, even take away Burn
Yeah.
Monster, something like
It's
that.
ridiculous that that's the only fucking talent that can be used effectively.
No,
Right.
I mean, the nade one
her
has
other
DR, which
talents are
is really
good.
good.
Her other talents are
Fuck, too.
good.
Her other
He's
talents
just
are
a
pretty good. It's
Burn
just
Manster, Burn Manster.
Burn Manster.
Master.
Burn
Yes.
Manster.
Another thing
Burn
that I'm just going to
Manson.
bring up really briefly. Sorry to cut you guys off. It's there are talents that are just overshine and overshadow everything else. For example, Luminary with Genos.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
there shouldn't just be useless talents, like one or two useless talents. I know this is really hard. I know this is really hard to do, and I don't know how to balance the game perfectly. We have ideas, as our series has shown, but all the talents should bring something to the table that is really, really good.
Like Buck.
Yes, like Buck. Buck is a
Or
really good
Dragos.
example. Buck is actually a
like,
really good example.
Yeah,
If you want to,
Khan has a problem with only having one good talent,
He's got
and
two.
I say this because I am a Khan main, and I don't even remember the name of the talent because I don't even look at the talents. I just automatically pick the middle one.
if you can't
Oh,
tell by
well.
Jared's icon, he is in fact a con main. But no,
Multi-script is
Yami,
good
if you
too.
want to talk about Buck real quick, since
Annoying.
you're more familiar with the talents than probably anyone here, you can take that away for a bit.
Okay, so each of the talents are just, you can use them in any fucking game, and you'll actually like do something useful. There's ensnare for taking out the squishies, kind of like Sky, Tyra, like those people. There's bounce house, which Jake uses,
That shit is so much fun.
which is good for knocking people away from point or creating room. And then there's, I can't remember the name of the heal one. Bulk up, which is good for survival. And if you pick any one of these, you're not going to be a detriment to your team unless you're an absolute shitter like me.
Yeah, you're always a detriment. You can't fix it. It's your default mode.
I'm a good buck.
I know.
Even
I
ask
know. It was a
Jake.
joke.
He actually is a pretty
Dude,
good Buck. He has his moments of complete
I've seen you
moron,
play
but
Buck.
he
You're
is
good at it.
he is really, really good.
Yeah.
Eevee, I don't think there's anything to talk about Eevee. Koga buffs, nerfs, whatever it is, are those okay right now? I don't really know the details about it, but Koga, his gun is pretty annoying
I don't
right
play
now.
flanks. I don't know anything about them. I suck at them. So I stay away from them like the plague. So
Right.
I cannot tell you anything. I don't
Right.
know about anyone else.
Okay,
Plague.
big point right here that I'm about to make. And literally about 95% of the Paladins community agrees on this. Maeve needs a nerf. She is so strong right now.
I think a talent like rework and a slight damage nerf to her blades. That's all she needs.
It's
Yeah,
like
a
Tyler. I
dagger
think you
from, like,
mentioned something about that in the
changes
flank
for
video. If you want to take that
some
away
stuff.
for a bit.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
I did.
pretty sure the daggers were the
Yeah,
main.
the daggers are like my biggest problem. I think like they do enough damage to like burst people down in like what 2 shots and like or 2 left clicks and like a pounce or whatever,
Mhm.
which is really strong. And like her mobility and like survivability allows her to like make it worse because she can do all that as well as staying alive. But I feel like the staying alive part is the part that makes her her.
It
Where
was
the damage doesn't really like need to be as strong as it is.
I don't
And
care
all
if
we have to
she's...
say about Street Justice is just percentage of health.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
rogue hand
that's
is, like,
another
the
thing
only,
that-
the only talent I like because it's like fun and like skill-ish, I guess.
Yeah,
The other two just buffer for like no
Cat Burglar.
downsides.
Cat Burglar, I think with a nerf to her blades, where Cat Burglar becomes 400, I think that would probably balance the talent out a little bit.
maybe it's just
Maybe it's still just a straight buff though.
she is super strong right now, and like literally all the Paladins community agrees on that. And
Except
She's
for
ridiculously fast. She's
Except-
very-
it's like old Zin. He had a lot of damage, and he was super survivable, which was changed, thank God, because Zin was really annoying, and that allowed the Sicko Bomba
I
to
do
exist.
feel like Zin might have been nerfed a little bit
Yeah.
too hard.
Slightly off
for
topic,
sure.
guys.
I
Remember
highly
those
disagree.
remember those hide and seek games we used to play where like you
Yeah.
would pick a champion then hide and then the seekers would have to kill you.
Or just
And then
Tappy,
Tyler
whatever it
picked
was.
Zin and we
Yeah,
couldn't kill Zin.
Just fucking dashed
At all.
around everywhere.
That's
Yeah.
specifically for hide and seek though, which is not regular paladins.
Correct. We're idiots.
It doesn't matter. We were
It
fucking...
was still pretty laughable, just how
Yeah, like
much you could just
like-
cheese it.
we were playing
Yeah.
like some of the highest damage characters and we could not kill you.
And
Sorry, like,
before
not allowed
anyone
to
in the
do certain
comments
things.
says
You weren't allowed
get
to paint,
good,
and it wasn't like melee.
before anyone in the comments says get good, this is not
No
just
one comments
us
on these videos.
complaining.
What are you talking about?
You're,
No one watches
You're
these.
right, but
No one watches these.
regardless of that
This video
point,
gets 100,000 views.
but like
Just
regardless of
despite
that
me.
point, it's
Front
not
page
just
YouTube.
us saying
Number
this
one
shit
trending.
without reason. It is at least me and Tyler have been playing this game for at least a year, probably more.
At least a year? What do you mean? It's been like 3 years, 4
Yeah.
years.
No, I'm no. I'm saying no.
least a year.
No, I'm saying total playtime. Like
Oh,
Total
I can
play
understand.
time.
not like the whole time we've had.
Like
Paladins.
times
like it's
in
Steam also.
time in matches equals
Yes,
to a
yes.
year.
Yes.
Wow,
Let's
that's
see
that's
here.
hashtag.
No, I have like 600 hours on it. Which is
I
But like
have-
we this isn't just
500.
us shooting. This isn't just us
Doesn't
blowing
spread out
wind
over
up
a
our
long
own
time.
asses. This is us realizing what's been happening in game, noticing stuff outside of it, looking at patch notes. This has been us.
It's
And the
not
whole
that hard to
Paladins
realize
community
that.
Just
Just-
is like my second most played.
Like begging to Evil Mojo and Hi-rez to change stuff, which is broken and really unfun to fight. And Evil Mojo and Hi-rez are just turning a blind ear. They're not
Turning a
listening.
blind ear.
Shut up, you blind eye. They're not listening. You know what I mean.
That's like
A
the one time
blind
you said bats are
eye.
deaf. In high school.
Our pleas are falling on deaf ears. is
Yes,
probably what he
thank
meant
you,
to
thank
say.
you, thank you, thank you. You all know this. I'm acoustic, but like
how the hell
this-
did the blind kid
hate
stand up? I don't
teachers. Deaf as
understand.
a bat.
like it's just like regardless, the parent company isn't listening, which is ultimately, if you don't listen, you're gonna kill the game, which is not something
Yep.
I want because
The reason this video exists is because not because like these problems exist now, but because the biggest problems we've had with the game from the beginning are still the problems that we like find. Like they're still persistent. They just haven't changed at all.
yeah.
That being like
Like,
Vivian
I'm
and
still
fucking
breaking
Ray.
my headset. Oh, where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah.
The
What
last
did you
thing
get,
Devin's
what did you get
headset
surprised
sees
by?
before it gets game ended.
Yeah, like 5
I've
minutes
been,
before we
I've been
started
through
recording
3
this.
headsets with this game.
5 minutes before we started recording this, he was getting his ass handed to him by
I
a
was about to
Leon as a
punch-
drove.
actually about to punch my laptop.
And-
also,
he
Another thing,
rage
remove
quit.
some auto aim stuff, please. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
No, auto aim is fine as long as it doesn't do
Yeah.
too much damage. Like Fury
Lex
is
is a
Wings of
Lex
Wrath
is a good
Yeah, like Lexus isn't that bad.
Yeah,
Lex
Lex's
is
auto aim
decent.
used to be really fucking annoying. But like it's
but
better now.
Leon is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leon is
she can-
kind of stupid.
She can burst you down in, like a single second.
Yeah, even I was getting a little butt frustrated with that one.
But
Yeah, I mean,
frustrated.
Leon.
Also, Fernando could use some better changes, kind of like
Oh, yeah.
just
Oh, yeah.
redefine what he
Like
needs
Yeah.
to do.
ammo buff or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tanks need their shields back. God
they're-
damn it!
Yeah,
Like all the shield nerfs need to be reverted.
or
That's-
not
give
not
me-
fully reverted,
Which is-
maybe like half reverted
Give
or
me
something.
my
Because
shield back.
Yeah, like
with
50%,
with the
please.
amount of Wrecker
I'd be down. Yeah,
or
I'd be
like
down
how
for
much
that.
Wrecker does now, it would like
Same
if it
with
was
healers,
fully
same with
reverted,
healers.
Wrecker would be like useless. So if it was like half reverted, it might be good. But like all the tanks need some of that reversion. The healers might need a little bit of heal number
Might?
reversion.
Might?
Yeah, the fucking healers
definitely
definitely need to have their shit buffed.
Because I'm saying
Especially
that's the
Corby.
reason why the damages are so meta. Because all those nerfs meant that you can't like over sustain people through all the damage that's
Right.
thrown at them.
It's
Which
always
was
balanced out
which
by the fact
was
there was so much
another
sustain.
thing that was like really fun to do.
Even though it was still-
Was
Really strong.
the greatest thing was being able to like walk behind a realm as like a Ceres or a Furia and just have them basically pull the meet the medic and just have him walk through bullets.
Dun, dun, dun,
With no
dun,
issue.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's just like this game currently has a lot of problems. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of potential, and that's really cool to see a small game like this have a lot of potential.
It's also very apparent that the community is really catching on to I feel like Hi-rez is gonna milk this game as much as they can and then
Mhm.
just kill it.
Yeah. Like that's the
Kinda
unfortunate.
like
That's
what,
another
uh,
thing that's
seeing, like,
unfortunate
so
about
much
it.
stuff like so many new champions.
That's another thing that's unfortunate about it. This game that has so much potential is being headed by possibly the worst company to have this sort of thing. Because Hi-rez,
Nah, there are worse. There's worse.
there are,
Blizzard
but like,
is definitely
Doesn't make
worse.
it good, but there's worse.
but like Hi-rez is a company that, as far as I have seen, is profit before product. They're trying to get as much money out of their games as possible. And
yeah,
Paladins
you can
being
see that.
as-
You can see that with
game
like, just their favoritism when it comes to things like skins.
yeah, and
Yeah,
like
like a fucking like Maeve having like what is she at now? 8 skins.
Let me look
more
up
than
something.
it has to be more.
Let me look up something.
Like while you're looking that up, I'll just go on my point. A new Hi-rez game came out, Rogue Company, I think it's called. Once Rogue Company came out, Hi-rez kind of pushed Paladins off to the wayside and was like, all right, here's like here's some developers. You guys are good to go. We'll put all of our money into Rogue Company. And it was kind of the same thing with Smite. Smite was going for a good while. Smite was not super popular, but it had a community. And then I think Paladins came out, and then they kind of pushed Smite to the wayside, and they put money into Paladins. And then, like I said, Rogue Company came out, and blah, blah, blah. But they're always trying to, get as much money as possible. And don't get me wrong, they're a company. They have a right to do that. That's why they exist. They're there to make money. But when you just drop an old product because, hey, look, new shiny thing,
It's what Apple does with their fucking shit.
that's
With their
a good-
phones,
That's
yeah.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, their
like-
phones and their tablets. It's
The-
just the last product is essentially becoming useless and broken because they don't fucking take the time to keep using it.
Right.
Even though it's
on a side
still
note, I
just
really
fine.
pray that Sony does not do that with like the PlayStations.
Yep.
They're going
Yeah.
to.
But, like, this is...
I have a bad feeling the PS5 is probably gonna flop.
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
mean, no, people are still going to buy it if they want to play the newest games. So.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I
$800.
play a PS.
It's not
I have a
$800.
PS4 right now, so yeah, this does not bode well for me.
But, like, here's the thing about Paladins and how it's been handled so far. Aside from the bad handling on the side of Paladins, on the side of Hi-rez, the way that they have built up this game from the start of it to now, it is obviously a cartoony shooter with MOBA elements. I've always, when describing it to people, I've always said it's like a love child between Overwatch and League of Legends. But
Okay.
what it's been built up as
little
currently
with a
and
little
how they've
Fortnite being
expanded
that
it
one lover they cheated
is
on with.
now it is cross-platform between everything. It is cross-platform between PC, Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. It is cross-platform between everything.
Dude, if you could get that shit on a calculator, you could fucking play with somebody.
It's even got it on the Discord app, where you can, for some reason, launch games from Discord. It's even on there. It's cross-platform between everything.
Why can you do it? Like, totally off topic. Why does Discord have a launcher?
Hell if I know.
Don't question it.
But like
Money.
this game has the potential to reach so many people and bring so many people together. That's why it is the one, I'd say the main game that we play on the Discord server. We have Yami on Xbox One. We have Jared on PS4. There's Tyler, Devin, and I that play on PC. Michael, what is Michael? Does Michael play on?
Yeah, he's got Xbox.
Yeah. If we had someone who played on Switch, my brother likes playing Switch. He doesn't like Paladins. But if my brother wanted to play Paladins and you wanted to use the Switch, he could join us. There's so many people that can, and I would say outside of this server, have been brought together to this game because of how it has been handled goodly. The good parts of it that it's been handled.
Goodly.
Shut up.
Goodly.
The good way that it's been handled.
Word is
caveman.
dumb fuck.
Thank you. But like the good parts of how it's been handled have made it really, really good. But the problem is the really bad parts of it have made it really, really bad and have brought it into this kind of limbo
Niche.
of development.
Yeah.
And if obviously they could rewrite the whole code, but we know Hi-rez and Evil Mojo aren't going to do that because profit over product. But they have to work with what they have. I can't talk right now. They have to address.
You can never talk.
They have to address the main problems of this game: the imbalanced talents, the broken talents, the characters that don't work, and just a multitude of other things that they just have to work out. Spend some time. Stop putting out skins. They can put out battle pass stuff. That's fine. They still have to get money, but they have to stop putting out content and fix the content that they have. If they can do that, they could have an absolute just gun show of a game.
Yeah,
And
They
just
can't
blow stuff
stop
out
putting
of the
out
water.
content.
Their updates like 70% fixing old shit and like 30% giving out new stuff. I think that would be a nice balance.
A Paladins too, where they just rewrite the code that's better, and then
Either
like,
way,
the
they
same
can't
game
they
just
content.
stop
could,
putting out.
but you know,
They can't
Hi-rez
just
isn't
stop
gonna
putting
do
out
that.
fucking content because that's not pragmatic for their fucking player base.
Give me just a
'Cause
sec.
if there's,
Oh yeah, the community is fucking terrible.
they're like a bunch of gay piranha. Fucking, they'll just latch on to anything that's new, and as soon as it's been stripped of all of its quote meat or fun, they want something new, and if they don't have something new, they throw a tantrum, or they just go around the fucking game and start quote trolling,
I'm back.
aka
Yeah,
playing.
that's an issue. That's another like massive issue that genuinely disappoints me from Hi-rez is the way they handle people fucking off in the game is genuinely terrible. I don't think I've ever seen a more incompetent like report system in my life. Where the fuck is?
None of my reports have gone through,
Yeah,
and I've only
mine
filed
anyway.
like 3.
Also, the community is just violently toxic.
Well, that's
like, even
the
to each
community.
other.
That's not something that the
The devs
It's
can
still an
control.
issue
That's
with
just
Paladins. It's
yeah.
still an issue with Paladins, and it's
Well,
an
but it's
issue
not
that-
something
Okay,
that can be
when they're
fixed by the
actively
devs.
feeding the toxicity by adding shit like Queen Pepper, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
Oh my
that-
god,
that's
yeah.
a good
While,
point.
while
Community
we're
is toxic,
at
and they
fixes
took it
for
into
the
their
game,
hands
just
to fix it.
please
ranked
take away
is-
Queen Pepper.
the ranked experience.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, I played
Again-
I when I was doing season 3 placements. I did 5 games. 3 out of those 5 of them, there was at least like 2 people in the game that made me want to put a fucking bullet in my skull.
But again, that's aside from like them feeding it, that's just a community that they can't really control. But it's another
Yeah.
thing that should be noted, and a lot of the people, if they are in voice chat, are kind of pricks. Then again, that's
Kinda?
that's seen more in rank though. But like
Granted, this is the internet.
Yeah, that's true. It's just
This wonderful
I've talked
world
enough. You
of
guys talk.
online
I've talked
where
enough. You guys
everyone
talk. I'm
is
just
an
going to be
ass.
repeating myself. You guys talk. I've talked plenty.
All you do is repeat yourself, Jacob.
Shh.
Hey, how long is this call?
Right now it's like a 30-minute video.
The fuck did you just say? Up to
30. We've been recording for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes too long, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you guys have any closing remarks? Since I guess we're kind of burning out on what to say, since we're just gonna repeat ourselves.
We got like the stuff out of the way, like the snipers suck, the burn monster, and like
Yep.
the percentage
Yeah, I
of
guess.
done that.
I guess
Done
now it's
that.
just onto smaller things.
damage
but I
just
mean-
feels too high at certain points. I think that like a lot of the community agrees that like high damage stuff sucks. Like there was a Reddit poll that happened not too long ago where they asked if they think that higher time to kill or like lower time to kill is better, and like everyone said lower time to kill is more fun because you have to play the game more.
Yeah, I put
So-
my own poll on the Reddit a while ago, and I was like, okay, which champions do you think should be deleted? There was such a disparity between which champions should be deleted. It's like the vast majority of them got 1 or 2, and only 5 champions got like over 10. They were, I believe, Vivian, who pulled ahead with 40.
Jeez.
Strix and Maeve and Moji, I think, had about 20 each. And I think Dredge had 10.
Didn't you
Dredge
complain
is-
about your Drogos
I still like
option?
I think bombs can damage really high.
I'm pretty sure you complained about Drogos.
Did I?
Yeah, like how many
What?
votes Drogos got?
Jogos didn't get any.
Oh, really?
Nah.
Drogy
There
boy.
was one Minara one, but
Right, yeah, there's one in R1.
and I remember Tyler got super turned about this single IO one.
Yeah, because Io was Tyler's waifu.
It's
In buffer,
alright.
give her more capacity. Give her DR on her blessing back.
No.
Shut up.
She's good enough.
Shut up, Simp.
Yeah, but she could be better, right?
Just
Jared,
because she can be doesn't mean she should be.
What?
do you
I
have
think
any?
honestly, though, she could use like a basement like
Okay, hold
capacity
on.
buff.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll give you that one.
Jared, do you have any like semi-closing remarks or any smaller things you want to point out about
Semi-closing
the game?
remarks? Literally, give Khan more than one good ability. That's about it.
Talent.
Talent,
Vortex
ability,
Grip is really good,
shut
but
up.
it's really
I
annoying.
don't
Make
pay
Buck
attention.
great again.
I literally just pick the middle one because it's the only good one.
Give him an ammo buff. Like a magazine capacity buff.
Devin, any semi-closing?
He already has that. That's in his cards.
Wasn't
any
a card
semi-
like in base? Like just get rid of the card, make it a different card, and put
Hold
that
on.
in base.
Devin, any semi-closing
yeah.
remarks, or did you kind of say your piece?
Hang on, let me see. Let me see if there's any champions who I'd like to say something about. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hirez. Why'd you just have to cripple Torvald like you did?
Rest in
Like-
peace, my man.
I'm a massive I'm very much against the concept of throw picking, where it's like you pick a certain champion, and just because they're not in meta, people think you're automatically throwing. That's another problem with ranked in the community. But I don't believe in that. However, for some reason, when I see Torvald, I just cannot help but think, you're probably gonna be useless.
Yeah.
Like,
Because he fucking.
that's how
he is.
bad that they
Well,
nerfed him.
that goes back to the tank reversions and tank
Yeah.
Yeah.
rebuffs.
I'm
Who
talking
else?
about his damage is kind of middling, not very good.
His damage is
it's not.
fine.
It's not shitty.
I
But
personally
the fact
enjoy
that he
using
can't
his
throw out
damage.
his throw out his shields like he should be. Guess.
Oh, that's something. I just remembered something a lot. The hitboxes.
Oh,
Again, that's
Fix
that's
it.
again that's rewriting like almost the entire
Spaghetti.
code.
There's
That's-
spaghetti.
Again, remember, Paladins took the code from Smite, which was already a little buggy, and then they changed it all to make Paladins. So that's it, kind of expected. But I mean, that they'd have to rewrite like the whole code for that. So, would it be great if they redid it? Oh yeah, but I don't expect them to.
Probably not realistic, yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yami, any semi-closing quotes? Hello, Yami.
Actually, you know what'd be nice?
Sorry,
Actually,
what?
Any semi-closing quotes, Yami, before we get to like our final remarks?
Again, make Buck great again. Like his
solid.
Fuck, it's
Buck's
actually
fine.
really strong.
Yeah, he's
his
really
ult
He
is
very.
the only thing that I have
his
to
ult.
fucking
Yeah, that's
bitch about.
something I'd actually
Trash.
Change it. I don't care.
something I'd like say.
Like, literally anything else would be good.
Ultimates need to be changed. It's really evident that Hi-rez gives a lot of favoritism, considering the fact that there's some champions who have like singular abilities that are just straight other champions' ultimates.
Right.
Looking at you, Talus.
Even Tiberius could be considered like a mini Buck in a way.
Even like Tyra's burn monster talent takes her firebomb and makes it better than Corvus's ultimate, which is kind of stupid.
There's also Tyra's ultimate, which is
Yeah.
the same issue.
But yeah. Tyler, any semi-closing remarks before we get to our final
Yeah, I was
final
going to say
words?
that I think like communication from the devs to the player base, what their thoughts on the balance of the game would be really nice as well. Because the only like communication we have between the devs and the players on balance is the AOC meetings.
Right,
The
and
AOC are
only
fucking
representatives.
retards.
yeah.
I mean, not all of them, but like it's still only like the representatives are getting that feedback. Where like if they could be just going to the forums and posting their ideas or like like developer updates or something like that themselves
Right.
and like what their thoughts are, like that's really the thing that Overwatch does. A really nice thing Overwatch does, where like when they come up with balance changes, they like give their reasoning as to why. They like talk about them before they even put them in the game,
Mhm.
or like sometimes before they like even put it on PTS or like think about putting it in the game and they don't put it in the game. They still voice it because they want us to know like what they're thinking. That they hear our feedback. That like
Right.
they're also thinking stuff.
I think overall, it's just communication is needed, and understanding and listening is really important.
The only communication that we get is between the fucking. Well, the only people that they even listen to
are the pros.
Yeah,
Or
are
like-
the pros.
or like the
and
content
that's
creators.
not the fucking.
And
the
even
shit.
some of the content creators they don't listen to, like Sourcebix, I think that's his name, the
Right,
Leon main.
like
they don't even listen to him because they see him as like cancer or something. He put a whole video on trying to talk to them and trying to get his little blue check mark or whatever from them, and he put a whole video on that. I'm not going to talk about that. If you wanna find that, just look up Sourcebix blue check mark or something like that. I don't know. I'll probably put like a link to the video up or something, or in the description or some shit. Or I'll probably forget like I always do. But communication is so key to running a good company and having a long-lasting game. TF2 is the exception. They don't really talk much, but I mean it kind of works out for some reason. But like, communication is key in everything you do, in a job, in group work, in a team, on Paladins or whatever game. It's no different when running a company or trying to put balance through. They need to, Hi-rez and anybody who is in power there, or if they see this, they probably won't, but I'm talking personally to you guys. Talk to the community. They are the ones that will keep this game going. It has been going, realistically, way longer than it should have been going, all things considered, but it's going because you guys have an absolutely amazing potential for a game. And if you don't talk to your community and you don't listen to what the community is saying, not necessarily saying the community runs the game, but listen to them, because they are the ones that will keep this going. If you don't listen to them, your game will collapse and your big moneymaker will collapse. That's pretty much everything else I have to say. Do you guys have anything else to add or anything like that?
Mic drop.
I don't really have anything to add.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess...
We gotta.
And end recording.
yeah, pretty much. Alright, well, that's it, Hi-rez. We're going to be watching you.